Dr. Metric. I would like to develop a new test, but I do not know where to start.
Well, Susie, developing an effective test requires careful planning.
I know what I want the test to be about. Can't I just go ahead and develop it?
That would be a mistake, Susie. This would be like just going ahead with building a house without a plan.
Well, how should I go about it, Dr. Metric?
You will need to develop a written plan that describes the test. This is often called the test specifications. First, you must define the purpose of the test. You must clearly state who the test is designed for and why you are administering the test. In creating this description, it is best to think about what inferences you will make based on the test data and what decisions you plan to make based on the scores received.
So, Dr. Metric, after I write down the purpose, can I go ahead and write the test?
Not exactly, Susie. There is more we need to do. After we have a clear idea of the purpose, we need to further describe the content of the test. There are many ways to articulate the content, but a good start is an outline. An outline serves to organize the content. It will help you make sure you have organized the content in a meaningful way and have included all the important content that needs to be measured. You may also choose to further describe the content with a list of objectives, skills, competencies, or other statements that further define the outline.
That seems like a lot to do, Dr. Metric. Are we ready to write the test yet?
We still have some more work to do, Susie. Remember, spending the upfront time planning the test will help avoid making mistakes later. Our next step is to determine how much time we will have to administer the test. We want to make sure that we build a test that fits within the time we have available to administer the test. For example, if the test will be administered in school, we may need to limit our testing time to about 45 minutes so that it can be administered in a typical class period. We may only be able to measure a sample of what we plan to measure. This is okay as long as it is a systematic sample and we have covered all or most of the major areas we need to address.
So now we are ready to write the test.
Almost, Susie. We still have to figure out what kind of assessments we will use to measure the content we have identified. We need to determine what types of measurement will work best for what we are trying to measure. We may even want a mix of item types. For example, we might choose to use multiple choice questions to measure background knowledge and then use written essay type questions to measure more complex skills. And remember that the time constraints we identified may limit the number and types of questions we can include on the test.
Can I finally write my test?
Well, Susie, at least you are ready to write your test specifications. Once you have addressed all the issues we discussed, you will indeed be ready to write your test.
Thank you, Dr. Metric. Is there anything else I should know about test design and planning?
Just be aware that we have only reviewed the basics of test design here. There is much more to this than what we have talked about today. It is best if you can get help from a testing professional to make sure you stay on track.